This cupboard does not stay closed. Okay, now that I'm talking about it, it is staying closed, and that's frustrating. Good morning, my darling. How are you doing today? I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. I really like the idea that maybe there is one person that goes, oh, morning Al, I'm doing good, thanks, how are you doing? And actually asks me back. But obviously, I'll never know if you do that or not. Dottie's causing mischief. I am feeling a little bit out of sorts today. It's currently Tuesday. I came back from Truckfest yesterday. My voice is gone, my ankle is sprained. I'm bruised, like a little late summer's peach. Truckfest was quite possibly the best weekend of my life. It was insane, so good. And also, I wasn't shit-faced at any point of the weekend. So this is kind of seeming like some kind of growth to me, like Elle can have a good time without getting absolutely smashed. Who would have thunk? I don't know when I'm gonna upload this video, because at the moment I've got like 4 in the works and I want to pace them out so they're like weekly uploads. But I did film 3 in 1 week, so I feel a bit weird. I'm talking about truck and I'm talking about how good it was, but like I don't think I'm gonna be posting this until like the end of August. Grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. I have once again caught the sun on my forehead. I'm using so much SPF at the moment, so I don't understand how it's still happening. Because I also, snaps for me, didn't wear foundation whilst at Truckfest, which was like huge for me, huge for me. I used that Pixie H2O skin tint that I just don't shut up about. I think that was on the first 2 days, but on the last day, I didn't wear any foundation on my face at all. And if you'd have told a year ago, Elle, that I'd done that, I'd have been like, shut up, no I'm not. So I feel really, really good about that. So self-growth ×2, actually. I need to get ready for the day, which is obviously why we're here, this is what we're doing. I actually need to shower. I don't need to wash my hair, but I washed it and I've had it in a bun, so it's looking like this. So I think I need to wet it to calm it down a little bit and then use like a roller brush or something just to like sort it out. Shattered, I'm absolutely shattered. Oh my god, I have another Pixie PR package that I want to show you. It's so good. It's so good. I'm gonna put you down a little bit. For clarity's sake, Pixie do not sponsor me. They don't pay me to talk about them, but they do send the products over, and it's always like a nice little surprise when they do. I genuinely love the products. I don't show you the products that I don't actually use, but basically, I'm not gonna talk about any products that I wouldn't tell my mum about. That's my rule of thumb. Pixie. This is so cool. First of all, it's come with sheet masks. They're literally called After Sun. Aloe vera, cucumber and chamomile in them, and they are soothing infusion sheet masks. So for me right now, this is genuinely the best PR package to come home to after a festival. Like the best, without a doubt. And then I've got this, which is an EOD cleansing oil. I actually did use this last night and then I put it back in the box because I was like, oh, I'll show the girlies that. It's so weird because like it's an oil, so it comes out quickly like a liquid, and I was expecting more of like a paste or a jelly to come out, so I was like putting it in my hands and then had to be like straight away. So I think I need to figure out how to use this properly, but swear to god, it just melts your makeup off. That is amazing. And this one has soybean oil and argan oil in it. Delightful. But the main thing I wanted to show you, and this is what puts Pixie above everyone else on the PR packages. Are you kidding me? That's brilliant. Catch me wearing that at the beach. Oh. Why is that actually quite cute flipped up like that? Doing what I do, I think there's a lot of brands that think that everyone just wants another tote bag. But like, look at me, I am a bisexual with a septum ring. I have enough tote bags. I truly do. No more tote bags, unless it's really cute. So when a brand does like proper like merchy bits, I'm like, yes, yes. That's gonna make me want to wear your brand, absolutely. Oh my god, speaking of actually, last year in a PR package, I got this little silk eye mask. Look at the colour, guess who sent me this? And then on the front, Luna Lee is getting ready to glow, and I wore that for the whole of Truckfest because it's a really nice eye mask. And also, I'm in such a green phase at the moment. Basically, Pixie scratches every itch that I've ever had. I need to get my life in order. I'm gonna have a shower and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna sit and we're gonna get ourselves ready for the day. Might light a little candle. I feel like I need a candle going. Okay, I need to go and sort myself out. Stop distracting me. This is your fault, not mine. anything, it just made it fluffy. And that's probably user error because I just truly couldn't be asked whilst I was curling it. So I think today's going to be a ponytail day. Definitely whilst I'm getting ready at least. Actually, I've got a claw clip close by. Let me find that. Sorted. Let me just get this sorted and then we can chat, I promise. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're good. So before I went to truck, I put one of those little question thingies on Instagram and we had a jolly well good old time chatting and answering questions. But I thought it'd be fun to go through those questions on here because obviously I didn't answer all of them on Instagram. If I move you here, then I can see myself in the mirror and you're not directly in front of me. Hope that's okay. So I thought it'd be fun to go through those questions. The majority of the questions are, how you doing, girly? And I think that's obviously because I have a track record of not only using Instagram as my diary, but using any social media as a diary. I love oversharing on the internet. Yes, I do get the scaries about digital footprint. However, I don't think I share anything I wouldn't be happy with my mum seeing, so do you know what I mean? But obviously elephant in the room is you guys are asking that because of my big life change that happened at the start of this year. Wow, I look like a glazed donut right now. My relationship ended. I had to move out and at the time, awful. Awful, could not think of anything worse, didn't want to do the change, was terrified. If you're new here and you are nosy about that kind of thing, I did a whole half-an-hour video on it, documenting the process of getting back on my feet basically. Because for a hot minute I was just absolutely devo, no two ways about it. But if we're talking now and how I'm doing, the woman was too stunned to speak. I feel like a completely different person to who I was like Christmas this year, and I genuinely mean that in the best way possible. I think for a long time I had a very heavy case of wet blanket-itis, so I was just being walked all over and I was a doormat to many people. Being able to have some time to kind of recalibrate and think about like what I want and who I am and what I need, that's been really, really good for me. First few months of living here, I was very much just focusing on keeping myself busy, keeping myself ticking over, and that was really, really good for me because I met so many new people, and it kind of like transformed Norwich for me because obviously I moved here for uni, and I don't feel like I really settled and made friends in Norwich until after I graduated. And I kind of just thought that like my little bubble of like postgraduate friends and my work friends and that kind of thing, I thought that was kind of how it was going to be for the foreseeable as it goes. And then it's like this change happened and suddenly like my world has opened up. Like this is absolutely a brag. I'm surrounded by the most gorgeous, kind, caring, funny, sexy people. Like just everyone in my life is just incredible and it's a really good position to be in. I live with my best friend. I have a cat who is a dick sometimes, but most of the time a sweet little angel. I love Norwich more than I think I will ever be able to put into words. My jobs are great and I'm really lucky enough that they're both super flexible. And I'm going home and seeing my family like twice a month, which is just, it makes me feel so lucky. Like so many people have just like shitty families and I'm so lucky that like mine rocks. Like my family is everything to me. So to make a short story long, I'm doing really, really well. Thank you for asking. The baby. Hello, my darling. I think I said at the start of this video, I went through like a week and a half just like filming everything. I just wanted everything filmed. I wanted to give like these kind of like morning vlogs a go, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm really kind of loving the idea that like we're getting ready together. I know that's not going to be the case for a lot of people, but I just really like the idea that we're both doing the same thing, getting ready for our days, having a little chat. I think that's very, very wholesome, very nice. So I think like this is the kind of thing that I want to be doing more of. I love chatting and I love chatting about product and also my own life. So this just makes sense, do you know what I mean? I love this eyeliner. This is the Glisten Cosmetics Chroma Flick. This is in the shade Peacock. It's duochrome, so it's green when you look at it one way and then like kind of like a gold another, and then like a little bit of a blue. However, I don't use the brush that it comes with. I love putting products on the back of my hand and using that as a little palette. They are not even. Who's looking at both of my eyes at the same time? Also got a lot of questions about the love life. And I said on Instagram that that was kind of something I didn't want to be talking about online anymore. And mainly because it feels a bit like Been there, done that. I feel like it just might be time for me to have a day off because politely, I think the least interesting thing about me is the person that I am seeing or doing another S word with. Excuse me, cats should not be on windowsills like that. I know, you're making me anxious though. Sit on the bed, be good. Oh, okay, no, throw a strop. That's fine too, babe. Little diva. But also, that being said, we know I'm not a mysterious girl and I'm going to tell you things anyway. So current situation shall not be talked about. However, past situation shall be. So how do I go about this? Okay, so I was in a long-term relationship. Obviously, because I don't shut up about it. But it's a big life change, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously I'm going to talk about that. And then before that, I was single for a year. And then before that, I was in a relationship for a year. Before that, I was single for like 5 months. I was in a relationship before that. And then I was in a relationship for 2 years before that. This is the first time in my adult life I have been kind of about doing me. Not living to impress a man or be used as his stepping stone for his story. Which sounds a bit deep and a bit like, ugh, woe is me, manic pixie dream girl vibes. But if the shoe fits, do you know what I mean? I've been meeting new people, which has been really, really nice. But the thought of being someone's girlfriend, ick. Can't do that. Don't want that. Don't. Absolutely not. It takes enough of my energy to be Freddie's housemate. Dot's auntie? Am I a cat auntie? Fred's not my brother, but he's my housemate, so I think I'm kind of her auntie. Freddie's housemate, Dot's auntie, my friend's friend, my mother's daughter, my sister's sister. It's all just a little bit more important to me to be those things than something significant to a stranger. Really? Realistically, at the moment? I do a lot of tarot readings and they have been super, super helpful over the last like 2 years of my life in just understanding where my head's at. Obviously, I am a bit of a woo-woo astrology girl and I do really love all of like the higher level and the cosmic. Like that stuff feeds my soul like no other. So when I started getting into tarot, I was kind of like taking it with a pinch of salt and I was very much like, well, if it helps me, oh, I've just dropped bronzer dust all over. Yeah, and when I started getting into that, I was kind of like, I don't really care if it's real or not. If it brings something to the surface in me and makes me reflect on something that I didn't realise I was ticking over in my little head, then that's probably a really good thing for me and it's a really good opportunity to be doing self-reflection. Love journaling a little tarot reading as well, so 4 birds, 1 stone, do you know what I mean? But going into tarot with that kind of outlook and the expectation being on me to make sense of it and not so much like taking the cards as gospel has been really healing and guiding for me. It's been amazing. So tarot's been really, really helpful for me because I genuinely haven't had a reading that I didn't resonate with in some way or another. I think when I talk to people about tarot who just like don't get it or don't understand it, like, I was talking to a guy a couple of months ago about tarot and doing readings and stuff like that. And he was like, oh no, I'm too scared of that. Don't ever want to mess with that kind of thing. I don't want it to tell me something bad. And it's like, oh, you don't understand what I'm doing here, do you? You think I'm doing a Ouija board, you silly goose. Which for the record, actually, no, we're not doing Ouija boards, ever. Should I move to Norwich? Yes, everyone should move to Norwich. Everyone, oh my god, all of you watching right now, move to Norwich. What's stopping you? Could you imagine if we were friends? Could you imagine if we just got to go have a little pint down at the pub? Oh, it'd be gorgeous. Cool, we'd have such a giggle. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 million times. I heart Norwich. I actually said this to Charlie this week. I really want, you know, like an I Heart NYC t-shirt. I want a Norwich version. So I don't know if it would be I Heart NRW, like Norwich as in like abbreviated, or make it more specific and I Heart NR2 because that's my postcode, because there's NR3 up the north of the city and then there's NR2 to the east of the city. But an I Heart NR2 t-shirt, that goes hard in my eyes. That goes very hard for me. Ooh, how's the circus going? Goals! Don't put pressure on me like this, no. Okay, so I don't know if I've said it on YouTube yet. I have it in my head that I really want to be a circus performer. Like, really, really. There is a circus school in Norwich. It's in a church. Like, the church has been... There's a circus school in a church and it's so cool. But obviously I was a gymnast until I was like 18 and muscle memory is a beautiful thing. There is so much that I can still do because of the way I trained when I was a kid. Also does mean that like my joints, like my knees and my ankles, My ligaments are made of cooked spaghetti, for sure. But it means that, like, I could do it and I could go really pretty hard at it. That could be really fun. But I'm worried I'm too old for the circus. But, like, with gymnastics, you're kind of braced from a very young age that your career will be very, very short. Watching the gymnastics at the moment, how many gymnasts do you see that are over 25 years old? It's got to be like 10% of them. It can't be many. So I'm a bit hesitant to get into the circus because I'm like, well, when's my body going to give out? I think it could be really fun and I think it could be really rewarding and fulfilling for me to get into, but I'm just a little bit hesitant. That also being said, I really want to go balls to the wall with yoga. So I did hot pod yoga like quite a lot a couple of years back, and I absolutely loved it. Hot pod yoga was incredible for me. Like, you know the endorphins you get when you're working out? It's like that times 10 when you go to hot yoga, because it feels like a workout, but it's not necessarily like cardio workout, but it's like stretching and balancing. Oh my god. And then the heat, so good. If you live near to a hot pod yoga, here's my code, get a free session, and then you can do that with your friends. There's like a whole referral scheme on the website. This code might actually only work at the Norwich branch. Oh my god though, if you are Norwich based and you're going to go to hot pod yoga and use this code, book in with Deanna. She is the best. She's actually I think she's a Reiki master. You can really tell that when you're taking her classes, because there's a lot of like intention setting at the beginning, and then towards the end there's like thanking your body and thanking yourself for being there, and it just feels really nice. Because sometimes you can go to a hot pod class and it feels like more of a workout and more like serious and stern, which I'm not saying I don't like, because I do. Some mornings I'm just like, that's what I need. But if you're going for your first session, book in with Deanna. So I haven't yet joined the circus, but I am working on my balance and on my core and building up my strength, and that seems to be scratching the itch that I need right now, which is nice because I'm a little bit too scared to join the circus at the moment. We'll put a pin in that just for a little while. Do you do social media full time, and what do you do for work in parallel? I do not do social media full time, and I actually don't think I ever want to. I am such an extrovert, such a chatty person, that I think if I was working from home full time, I would go insane. I need to be around people, I need to chat. Like, we'd get so much more talking done if I was work from home all the time. But it might come as a shock to some of you that I'm a much better conversationalist when there's someone else about. Like, we know I can fill a silence and we know I can chat till the donkeys come home, but bouncing off another person, that's the good shit. That's what I like. So my first job is that I work in retail. I obviously don't really want to say where I work because, you know, I don't want to actively say where I'm going to be for 16 hours a week. Retail. I work in retail. It's a very customer heavy place that I work, and we're kind of expected to spend at least 15 minutes or so with each customer that comes through the door. So it's a really great place for me to like keep myself ticking over and talking and getting human interaction. I love my retail job. I love it. Also, not for nothing, my team that I work with for my retail job are just the best bunch of people. They are just the best, and there's not like a single person on that team where I'm like, all of them are wicked. And then I also work, I want to say on a freelance basis, but I don't think it is freelance. It's definitely on a temporary contract, but like it's like rolling over. I do social media marketing for an art gallery, and that is so fun. Completely out of my comfort zone, completely something different to what I've ever done before. Obviously I've been doing this social media stuff for a long time, but the whole like arts and culture section of it is so fresh, so new to me, and it's so cool to be doing something that I love doing and something that I feel like I know how to do, but doing it with something that I am just kind of a little bit clueless about and like learning the ropes as I'm going. 2 jobs plus this, and obviously my love for going to the pub with my girlies means that I'm just a very busy bee. But what does a bee do best? It buzzes around, and need I say more? Okay, this is a good one. Top 3 Docs boots for men. Oh, love this question. 1460 Pascal Ambassador leather, so it's like that thick but soft leather. Super great boot to start with because easy to break in. I kind of want to say a church boot on a guy, looks great. However, that's kind of more of a shoe, isn't it? Because it's a 5-eye. So actually, if I'm going to say a shoe, then it's going to be just like the classic 1461. 100% love a 1461. Not so keen on like a loafer or an Adrian. And then I think my wild card is a Jaden boot. A Jaden boot on a man? Are you kidding me? Yeah, absolutely. And then last but not least is How many eggs a day is too many eggs? I actually answered this question on Instagram, then went to Truckfest and asked multiple people this question because I feel very strongly that the answer is 3. If you're having more than 3 eggs a day, are you okay? 2 is a normal amount of eggs. And then 3 is like a big omelette, or like 2 for breakfast and then maybe 1 with dinner, or like in a little protein pot. But if you're having 4 eggs a day, you've got some stuff you need to work out, for sure. Okay, right, I think that is the chatting section of this video over. I truly can't be asked to do anything more to my hair, so I'm gonna pop this out. Oh, put a top on and then start getting ready to leave the house for the day. I've got such a hate-hate relationship with my fringe at the moment. I think it's time for me to start growing it out, but also it's already kind of grown out. That went straight to my eye. Okay, found what I'm gonna wear. Obviously I'll take my pajama shorts off. I'll probably put some jeans on. It's a bit overcast today. I have this little top from Topshop a couple of years ago. So I think actually Topshop ASOS. But it's just got a nice sweet little flower on it. How cute's that? I do, every time I put this on, I'm like, oh, I should put some ribbons in that, and then it's more of like a boat neck as well. I just never have any ribbons to have. And then my good old Lucy-Nyack cardi, because I love this cardigan. Oh, what's going on with my hair? Doesn't matter at the end of the day, who cares? Okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm ready to go. Obviously I'm going to change my trousers, but my coffee's hit me. I've had a nice little chat with you. My face is done. All that's left to do now is drink my water and get on with my day. What's on my day list today? Windows Down, slow R&B Tuesday morning. Billie Eilish lunch, Ivy Frank Ocean, L'amour de vie, Over Now extended edition, Girl So Confusing, Charlie XCX and Lord remix, Lithonia, Childish Gambino, and Declan McKenna Brazil, because a classic's a classic for a reason. That's what I'm going to be having a little bounce around to today. Thanks so much for watching, for spending this time with me. I hope you have a really lovely day, and I'll see you next time. See you later, love you, bye.